Hi, welcome back to Everyday Woman, and it's Friday. As you know, Fridays are dedicated to our men, and we're here with the lovely Tricia Alley, who is the Director of Mixology for Southern Wine and Spirits and the President of the United States Bartenders Guild. And she's going to kind of do some concoctions for us. She came up with this really cool word called colleges, right?
Good.
Almost.
Good. Yeah,
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, I call myself the concoctologist.
Okay.
It's kind of a play on the word mixologist.
Mm-hmm.
One day I was working in a restaurant, and the sommelier, Drew Langley, he just came up to me and he had a rough night and he said, I need something. And I said, well, what do you mean? And he said, I need some kind of concoction. And I said, well, lay it on me, brother. I'm a concoctologist.
I love that.
Anyway, so that's how I came up with it.
Okay, awesome. So what's a good drink we can get started with for our men, or either both, us and the men? Or
Well, let's think about men first, I guess. A lot of guys like beer. Of course,
Okay.
ladies like beer, too.
Right.
I mean, we have the stereotype that men love beer, but let's go with it for now.
Exactly.
So I like to actually make beer cocktails.
Okay.
So I'm going to do one that I call Made of Steel because it's sort of referencing the Boilermaker.
Okay.
Boilermaker is just a beer and a shot of whiskey.
Okay.
So this cocktail features both whiskey and beer, and it's really refreshing and complex at the same time.
And you use all fresh ingredients for all your
Absolutely.
concoctions.
That's right. Fresh ingredients is really what brings it into the category of cuisine.
Okay.
Really, cocktails are food. Just
Okay.
like anything that goes on the plate, what goes on the glass is also food. I'm going to make two so we can both have one.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we can both try it.
So what is this that you're pouring?
This is just some simple syrup, but I actually use organic sugar to make
Okay,
it.
okay.
And it's really it's really better to make it yourself, or if you're going to buy one, make sure that it's cane sugar based.
Okay.
I'm going to grab this.
Mm-hmm.
Because really corn syrup, that's just not good for anybody.
Right,
And
right.
I highly recommend not using any product that is based with corn syrup.
Right.
But it's really so simple to make your own simple syrup and then just to squeeze your own juices.
And what is this?
This is orange juice.
Okay.
So this is just some fresh squeezed orange juice.
Okay.
It's always less expensive to actually press your own juice too. Anything that's manufactured
That's good
is
to
more
know.
expensive.
Yeah, that's good to
And
know.
it really doesn't take that long. It isn't complex. So I highly recommend making it fresh yourself every single time. So this is some delicious traditional American whiskey. It's
Nice.
a rye whiskey. Rye whiskey is, I like to tell people that we experience the grain in whiskey the same way we experience grain in bread. So like bourbon is made from corn mostly. Cornbread's kind of sweet and dense,
Right.
and that's what that whiskey tastes like. Rye whiskey, rye bread is kind of spicy, dry. That's what the rye whiskey is like, and that's what you'll be experiencing.
So that spiciness is going to kind of mix well with the orange juice and everything like that. Kind of give it a nice...
Balance,
Yeah.
exactly. We're always going for balance. It's kind of like two boxers in a match that we want to come out a little bit even. And then maybe one last knockout punch.
Yeah.
And then this is just some walnut liqueur, and that's also going to add some depth, some complexity.
Okay.
It's going to play on the citrus juices really nicely.
Okay.
And then the last touch will be a nice,
Shot of beer, huh?
yeah.
And what about for the calories? Is this for the ladies, or is it good as far as, watching our weight and stuff, or is this one just more so for the enjoyment of the night?
It's not the most prohibitive in the caloric area. I would say, because if you are doing something that's like with the corn syrup and all that kind of stuff, then that's going to be much higher in calories.
Okay.
This has the fresh ingredients. The beer, beer actually doesn't have as much calorie as you would think.
Oh, okay.
Spirits really don't either. It's the sugar and it's the artificial stuff that packs a lot of calorie.
And that's why the freshness and the organic, making it your own, is better.
That's just better all the way around.
Okay.
And you probably have heard that if you drink an organic, biodynamic, or natural wine, something along those lines, I mean, you're not going to get the pesticides that they would put on the crops. If you drink the wines that do use all those pesticides, you're literally just ingesting that. And that is really the culprit for a hangover a lot more than, drinking too much is always the culprit.
Right.
But chemicals are really adding to it.
Right. And this drink is the Made of Steel?
Made of Steel,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome. Okay. This
Give
is
it
going
a
to be
light
fantastic.
We just give it a light shake. It's going to go into a short glass and a double old fashioned.
And are the measurements important too? Like how much do you put in, in terms of the actual liquor and everything like that?
Absolutely. Definitely, because again, we're looking for that balance.
Right.
And with So when chefs don't always measure everything. There are certain times that they do measure, but if they grab a pinch of salt, then it doesn't matter if they have a few extra grains of salt because the dish is so large. But we're only working with this small of a format, so we really have to keep the measurements tight in order for it to be balanced in a way that we're going to really enjoy it every single time.
Right, right.
So this is going to have a really beautiful kind of aeration.
Okay, and that's a strainer that you're using, right? To
Oh,
strain?
yes.
Okay.
It's actually called a Hawthorne strainer.
Okay, and what's the difference?
This strainer, the reason it's called a Hawthorne strainer isn't completely known except for the fact the oldest photos we have of it, it actually said Hawthorne in it.
Oh, okay.
So it's thought that maybe the guy who invented it was named Hawthorne, or maybe it was the bar. I'm just going to add some more, a little aromatic quality with a fresh slice of orange.
I know that sometimes they use the oil from the fruits to enhance it. Is that what you're going to do? Or?
That is going to be a part of it, but I'm going to just squeeze it on. So yes, we're actually getting some of the citrus oil and a little bit more of the juice.
Okay.
But this is really for the nose. This is going to enhance. This is going to enhance the aromatic experience.
Should I smell it or anything, or just taste?
Always smell. Take in the nose, because we actually experience a lot of what we taste. We actually experience through our nose.
Oh, okay.
We smell a lot that we think we're tasting.
Okay.
So cheers.
Cheers to our man,
Yes,
everyway woman. Woo. That's fantastic.
Isn't it refreshing?
Yeah, it's really good. I really like it. Wow.
Really complex, but refreshing at the same time.
Well, thank you. Well, here you have it, guys, Man of Steel. And if you would like to check out more concoctions by Miss Tricia Alley, you can go to her website, www.concoctologist.com.
Or you could just find it by my name.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for tuning in to Everyway Woman. We'll be right back.